Welcome to News Update on Today Ghana News TV. We are live on the satellite via Twitch for our viewers in Eastern European countries and also on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Today Ghana News TV. You can find us on Anchor FM podcast at Today Ghana News TV. Now to the headlines. Do or die is different from or die be die. Mahama. Guinea coup attempt. Soldiers claim to seize power from Alpha Conde. Elephants raid 300 acres of farmlands at Asim South. We have these and other stories coming your way in the next 45 minutes. My name is Edna Sabonya, and the news has been sponsored by Agbozu Herbal Clinic and the Links Cosmetology Training Institute. To our first story, former President John Dramani Mahama has stood by comments he made on Tuesday, September 7th, to the effect that the next general elections in 2024 will be do or die affair. He said he won't retract the comment, but stands by them given the fraud that characterized the 2020 elections, justifying the comment in an interview with Sunyani-based Moonlight FM on Wednesday, September 8th. Former President Mahama said, "Do or die is an idiomatic expression which does not mean what most Ghanaians are referring to. Go and open your dictionary and see what do or die means." Many have equated the comment to the or die be die, one made by the opposition candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Koforidua prior to the 2012 elections. They ascribe violence to the comment, but former President Mahama said his is different from President Akufo-Addo's. It's different from or die be die. Or die be die is broken English or pidgin jargon that we say, but this do or die, go open a dictionary and see. And I say it's a do or die affair. NDC must man the polling station. They must man the collation centers, make sure that the pink sheets are correct, make sure we get the right result and everything, because maybe someone else will be flag bearer. They will choose Supreme Court, but if I become the flag bearer, I am not going to choose the Supreme Court. We must win at the polling station or collation center.
If you are not Odyssean answer, yes, you are the 2020 answer. Elections, no, it will be won or lost at the polling station.
I see.
And the polling station, they better do or die. Because all die be die. They better do or die. The right thing must be done. 2024 polling station, and you better win the election. No, you train and ma say collation center and at the Supreme Court they be collation center and a polling station. We will do everything to make sure that the election is free, transparent, and fair. Young person, we are MPP for. We don't want to cheat them. Yes, young person will be a baby. My banning French him. Na nya Ghana for Peno, nya Ghana for Akumasono. Let that be what is done.
We have Nana Benin Eninfu, NPP Leipzig chairman, on the line to tell us what he thinks about this.
Yes. Good evening, Edna.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, and good evening to your viewers and listeners.
Thank you. What do you make?
Yes, I mean, our former president, John Mahama's statement is very, very unfortunate. I mean, the least to say. We have Dr. Kwabena Duffuor, who was a former governor of the Bank of Ghana, under the erstwhile Professor Atamel's regime, condemning President John Mahama. What this means is that under no circumstance can he, in fact, can he defend what he said. Dr. Kwabena Duffuor has come out this afternoon to say that no, we don't need violence. No matter how President John Mahama tries to embellish everything that he said, it doesn't amount to the status of the statesman that we have accorded him. Well, maybe he isn't a statesman at all. President John Mahama is known to have made some very ridiculous statements in the past. For example, boot for boot. Even if you paint the streets of Ashanti or Kumasi with gold, you are not going to vote for the NDC, and the whole likes. These are statements that have become too unbecoming of the president. Former President John Mahama. So, in fact, this is a call for violence. This is a call to make sure that people who defend the ideals of NDC die probably just for his cause. I wonder why he didn't say that his children and his family members should join the cause. In fact, it is one that needs to be condemned. And no matter how he tries to embellish it, it cannot be justified, Edna. It really cannot be justified. And sincerely speaking, John Mahama has been known to be given these kinds of statements way in the past. And it's high time that someone speaks to him, or probably the citizenry tells him in the face that his words are unbecoming of a statesman. His words are not one of a former president, and he needs to revise his notes. We don't need a kind of John Mahama in Ghana. We don't need violence in Ghana. We were all here when this or die be die statement was condemned. And I wonder why do or die comes in from boot to do or die and trying to embellish everything. So Edna, we cannot really justify President John Mahama's statement, whichever way. Even NDC people are running away from him. I've seen lots of posts from NDC people, speaking against whatever things that he said on the radio station in Techiman.
Okay, so should we think the national security should take the issue up?
Well, we are in a very polarized country where the actions of the government speaks or tends to speak politically. If the national security is to pick him up, we know what the NDC is going to take out of that. Exactly. For me, I would that some elders, it does appear that he doesn't want to live to the level of a statesman. President Rawlings is dead. May his soul rest in peace. Maybe some NDC elders should call him to book and let him understand that some of the things that he's saying are really not one of a former president. For national security, when they come in, is going to take another dimension altogether, which I believe Ghanaians are not prepared for. So I would that some statesmen and respectable people in Ghana call him to book, so he understands the error, if I should call it.
Okay. So in your own opinion, do you think what he said is going to affect the voting coming 2024?
Yes, thank you very much, Edna. We remember he said boot for boot and he lost. And he says do or die, and trust me, he's going to lose more. Even after boot for boot, what happened was they collated their result on Excel sheet, and they up to now they have still not finished collating their results. And NDC doesn't have any figures as we speak. So if boot for boot gave you this, then we can all see what do or die will do. President Mahama will go down as a one-term president, and he needs to be rest assured of that. So, we can all see what the results are going to hold in 2024. He started very early, but on a very wrong footing. And Ghanaians will remember, we don't forget, as the wife of the wife of the vice president said, Samira Bawumia, that we shall remember the incompetence of John Mahama. We shall remember all these statements of violence that he made. As it stands now, the NDC have what they call a heritage fund to help victims of the NDC, those who died through the political struggle and activism of the party. As it stands now, where is the fund? Where is the money? Those that were killed in various or died along the way, what have they done to support the party? Nothing. So what this means is that President John Mahama is trying to call people to what? To their death, and virtually give them nothing out of it, and only to satisfy his selfish and parochial political interests. So Edna, he should be rest assured that he will be a one-term president. 2024 is not one for him. Probably maybe another flag bearer from the NDC.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you too, Edna. Thank you.
Also joining us is Harriet Na Ayele Hammond from the NDC headquarters in Accra. Hello.
Hello, Edna. Good evening.
Welcome. Good evening. What do you make of the comment from the former president?
Oh, good evening to all your viewers. And I would like to say a special good evening to all the NDC grassroots and then the former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I would like to thank him and commend him for the comment he made. That has given us hope and confidence that the level of stealing and the verdict that was stolen in the last election, 2020, would not repeat itself. You see, it's amazing how I listen to people say and compare this to the president's "all die be die" statement. I don't get it. I don't get the link. Weren't we in this country when during a supposed peaceful election, 2020 elections, when 9 people were killed? What has the president said about it? What has been done about it? We had a by-election at Ayawasu West Bogon, and we all heard and saw what happened. Nothing has been said about it. So even if the NPP communicator is trying to say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said boot for boot, where was the boot for boot? Where was the violence? There was nothing like that. We are living in a country where there's no law, there's no justice. We went to court after an election, a supposed peaceful election, an election that the NPP claimed to be free and fair. We went to court for it, and the EC boss, Jane Mensah, who was supposed to explain to us exactly what she did, because she conducted the elections. All we were asking for is for her to explain to Ghanaians, everybody, look, if we don't defend our mandate this time, Ghanaians will be disappointed in us. Because what His Excellency has said, he hasn't said he's going to kill anybody or do anything bad to anybody. But if you are doing something, like he said, it's an idiom, okay? You must be ready to either win or you fail, or we are doomed. Because as we speak, the corruption in this country is already leading us to our death. Some people are dying of hunger and poverty already. So it's either you fight for something or you fall for anything. Look at what has happened in Guinea today, okay? Trust me, if we sit down and we go into an election again, 2024, and we do not defend the votes of the Ghanaian population, we do not do what is right at the polling station, we do not ensure that elections are won at the polling station, which is supposed to be so. We are not taking the pink sheet to anywhere. We are going to make sure the elections are won there. If we not do that, the military might take over. They might take over and save us from the hardship, from the corruption, from what we are going through. Okay, so what His Excellency said, like he reinstated this morning, he said it again. He hasn't said all die be die. Okay, and everyone who understands English language, okay, who has a dictionary or online, everything can go and check. If I decide to succeed in life, and I say I'm going to succeed whether I do or die, doesn't mean I'm going to kill myself if I don't succeed. No, that's not what he's saying. He's only trying to empower us and encourage us to make sure we are extra vigilant at the polling station. We are extra vigilant. We are doing what we have to do. We are not going to sit down and allow people to die, innocent Ghanaians who go out to cast their vote. All those peace council and everyone who is talking today, where were they? Why didn't they ensure justice is served? When they went to court, and the court was protecting Madam Jane Mensah from telling Ghanaians, look, it was just transparency we wanted. You said you have won election. You changed results 5 times. We wanted transparency. Why were all these people? Why didn't they come out and speak to these issues? Where has been justice? Where has justice been served for anybody? We see what the military is doing up and down. What is really happening? So if today, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama tells us that, look, this time I won't sit down for you to conduct elections. After that, tell me to go to court for me to feel cheated again. He hasn't said anything wrong. And I'm sure every Ghanaian living in this country today will be happy and proud that we are going to defend their vote when it comes. And when he said that, he didn't say we are going violent. Don't get it wrong. It's English language, and I'm disappointed and surprised that the MPP has decided to turn the whole thing upside down. It's quite disappointing. We will make sure we protect our ballot boxes. We will make sure we man our polling stations. We will make sure we are extra vigilant, and we will not wait till they take us to a court where it does not belong to us. The court, the judges, everybody does not work for us. They are not fair. They are not being fair. So we will not wait till we go there and for them to slap us. As we speak, you know that the MPP has already started saying they are breaking the 8. What are they breaking? How are they breaking it? What mandate? What have they done to tell us they are breaking the 8? Look, barely 1 year after election. What are we talking about? Is that what they should be concentrating on? Is that what their target should be? Look at the level of corruption, the looting going on, and you're telling us you are breaking the 8. And then once beaten, twice shy. We've been there before. We saw what they did to us. We saw how they treated us. We saw that there was injustice, gross injustice. Everybody kept quiet.
So
the Peace Council, everybody was quiet. You get it? So we will not wait this time around and wait till after election. Then you say you are taking us to court, and then there's nothing we can do about it. So I stand by what the president said. John Dramani Mahama said.
Okay, yeah. So you think there's no recklessness in the statements that the former president made?
No. And then look, the former president made a statement, and the whole country is going upside down. Meanwhile, another president is acting out sentences he said. What he said, all die be die. We saw it in Ayawasu West Wogon, and they were ready to kill people for power. And then during an election, they killed 9 people. Okay, and he couldn't say anything about it. So he is not even talking, but he's acting it where he sees no evil, hears no evil, nothing is bad. In short, if you are corrupt, okay, you are encouraged to be corrupt more, steal more. And then the former president just said, "Oh, do or die," and the whole country is running up and down. What are we afraid of? What are we scared of?
Okay. What does that comment mean to the NDC as a party?
Yes, as the NDC as a party, with what happened in the 2020 elections, we were very disappointed. Okay, we felt so cheated, and we felt that democracy in this country has fallen into the gutters. It has been brought down to shambles. But with this comment, it has given us hope that we have a flag bearer who is ready to save this country from the ditch we keep falling into. We have a flag bearer that is ready to stand by us and defend our votes and make sure our hard work during campaign would not go wasted. So as the grassroots, we are charged and we are behind the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We are supporting him in this statement, and we'll make sure we'll be very vigilant. He has given us reasons to work harder. He has given us reasons to be extra vigilant on election day. We will man our polling stations. We'll make sure our pink sheets are not taken anywhere. And we'll make sure that we win the election at the polling stations, as he has said.
Okay. Do you think the former president has to retract this statement that he made?
He has nothing to retract. What is he supposed to retract? Why should he retract it? Why is it less human than certain people? When someone said, yeah, GMI, okay, yeah, GMI, that statement was, no one attacked that statement. And no one said she should retract. It looks like Ampa Omuji Omumai. But he's not going to retract. Because this is Ghana, it belongs to everyone. Every Ghanaian has the mandate of defending our democracy that we have enjoyed over the years. So he has nothing to retract, and we are solidly behind him.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was Harriet Ahamon from the NDC headquarters in Accra. Moving on to the Volta region, the people of Ajopo and the Kripo communities in the central Tongu of the Volta region are appealing to the government to provide them with good school structures to help give good tuition for better development. Our Volta regional correspondent, who is touring some deprived communities in the central, has come out with these reports.
In recent times, the state of education in some communities in the Volta region is just hanging on a rope. This is making teaching not attractive for teachers who are posted in deprived communities, and as such, some teachers even refuse to go to such schools who under normal circumstances lack a lot of good amenities. Touring some schools in the Central Tongue district of the Volta region, there is no denying the fact that things are not rosy at all. Speaking to the media, Mr. Senyo Treku, who is the volunteer teacher in Krepo Basic School in the Central Tongue district of the Volta region, has pointed the fact that the school is really facing a lot of challenges as far as teaching and learning is concerned. He mentioned that 4 separate classes, that is class 2 to class 5, share only one structure, which they demarcate with blackboards. Mr. Senyo Treku used the opportunity to appeal to the government to help raise more classroom structures for the area to boost education. He said if teachers also are motivated, it will go a long way in impacting good moral values in these children, who are the future leaders of the country. He is also of the view that if other teachers can volunteer to teach in such deprived schools, they can go a long way to change everything for the better. In a related development, the head teacher of Krepo Basic School, Mr. Dor Matthew, also appealed to government through their MP Honorable Gabi Hotoje to solicit funds to construct good roads for the area to help their businesses. Reporting for Today Ghana News TV, I am Diana Selassie Tete, Volta region.
About 300 acres of farmlands have been destroyed by elephants at Asim in Sabah in the Asim South district of the Central region, with an estimated damage cost of 70,000 Ghana cedis. Elephants invasion in the town has been a yearly occurrence, where they migrate from their habitats in the forest reserve in the area to consume farm produce and destroy them, just as the farmers are about to harvest them. This time around, their numbers and the devastation caused is huge. The crops mainly
300 acres of farmlands have been destroyed by elephants at Asin Sabah in the Asin South district of the Central region, with an estimated damage cost of 70,000 Ghana cedis. Elephant invasion in the town has been a yearly occurrence, where they migrate from their habitation in the forest reserve in the area to consume farm produce and destroy them, just as the farmers are about to harvest them. This time around, their numbers and the devastation cost is really huge. The crops mainly affected are maize, rice, groundnuts, millet, plantain, amongst others. The invasion affected many farmers in the area. The farmers are therefore appealing to benevolent organizations as a matter of urgency to support them with food and other livelihood items. They stressed that since elephant invasion in farms has been a yearly occurrence, they urged authorities of the Ghana Forestry Commission of Game and Wildlife to help find a permanent solution. Addressing Wafab Sami, our Central Regional Correspondent, some of the affected farmers in the area expressed their disappointment over the invasion and called on the authorities concerned to address the issue urgently, since it has affected their livelihoods. They added that now that their crops are destroyed, they are wondering what they will eat between now and the dry season, More so, these are the farm produce they intended to sell to earn income for dry season farming and solve the needs of their families.
Yes, I say, I feel with your more now, so what boy, oh, yes, I'm saying, yeah, and when we end in the new, was a mommy uncle. It's a more bay from Bedinoma. It is so, you have a with your Abama boy, Padia, and your personal. Yes, and Mercians. No more, you have a crime, you could be. You could be, ya, never chance of a Nadia or Muddy. Said no way, oh my, come and 5 million. It's coming and one more school. Didn't no ya. There's a one bedies, I say, what's me and Kuno, this is the first motion and ya. And you said your brother says, and which I'm buying all my head, you have to wait yet. I buy a more part, ya, and crap no year, your name, you'll see for having.
Okay. The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufu Dampa, and some members of the Police Management Board on Tuesday, September 7, 2021, toured some crime-prone areas in the Central East region. The Central East region is a newly created police administrative region out of the Central region. The entourage stopped over at the family house of the 9-year-old boy Michael Nyako, who was incidentally shot during the current Ewutu festival to commiserate with the family. The team proceeded to Senyabreko district, where they paid a courtesy call to the paramount chief of Ewutu traditional area, Na Abukedi Weiti Ajiman Otabi III. The tour undertaking was to, among others, review ground combat operations, interact with the chiefs and people of the region, and as well interact with the personnel on the ground on the security situation in the area.
Oh yeah, you super Osande in the history of Ghana Police Service. Which way IGP na mrita we ya no wetum why bibi otede na chede o shegu maman na o shefetema enyumnyam na mam ye de sword nde ebe hia de mebu a wo fete krum ha no wo be nya akwenya e wo police asweyo Osande damu kita wodina wa onye wo no nti na me da damasre adesedin d2 me d2 IGP de nyumne onhwe na wo my slot bi ama mebu na wo feta wo so obinya akwenya wo police edumemu damo demolition no obebado nti misa de two IGP de nyim de o wa bi ono so hwe na ondi huduma na sebi ntutu asem o lokodo wo ho no on hwe na o reduce o sande adol kodu wo budundum na kaso no on jidimpa emagu mama injimpa infama Ghana man ni sasu ntina ye nananom ye to anamo na aban no ye bibia to no wa weti asupem nti demolition dey at all cost dey obebado.
That will be it for tonight. But before I go, I'll read some of the messages of our viewers on Facebook. From Patrick Yao, I'm watching you live from Bremen, Iskuma. Thank you, Patrick, and continue watching us. From Georgette Daly, you couldn't have said it any better. Kudos, Harriet. Thank you. From Georgette again, they are breaking their corruption. NPP, never again. Nana Osei Boatin, watching you live from Germany. Splendid response. Kudos, Nana Benin. Good evening, Edna. Good evening, boss. Okay, that is all the... Okay, more comments from Patrick. This is serious. God help Mother Ghana. Okay. That is it for the comments from Facebook. Thanks for joining us, and I will see you again on Monday.